alive in the dark, and I keep getting stronger. My limit's the sky. I do the impossible, impossible. Shine if I want to. I win every time if I want to. The world mine if I want to. Make the world mine cause I want to. I'll pull the sword out the border, walk a floor full of cobras. Go to war with you all, we can brawl toe to toe. I can tighten loops in my lace and make lightning lose in a race. I make fire cool and come back from the triangle in Bermuda. I can suit up, live in the moon up, working and outsmarting computers. I can outswim all the tuna, and that's without a scuba. So in the laws of nature, I'm breaking the rules. Only thing I'm bad at is being a loser. I can make time traveling a surprise, make graveyards feel alive, break the immortal down to his demise. Look up and beam to the stars so you can turn off the lights. I come alive in the dark, and I keep getting stronger. Tonight I hunt with the pride. You can't take my pride away. I can sing with the birds and the trees in the morning, or roll like the storms way over the ocean. My limit's the sky. I do the impossible, impossible. Shine if I want to. I win every time if I want to. The world mine if I want to. Make the world mine cause I want to. Even on the days when I'm late as ever, my timing is right. Even in the darkest moments, they close, I'm that shine in the light. I can make an earthquake nervous, I can make the sun wear a visor. I can make a wise owl see me as a daily advisor. I'm that cool shade, peaceful night, and still my breath is a storm, I bet. I can make the thunder clap when I perform. It's just that in the laws of nature, I'm breaking the rules. Only thing I'm bad at is being a loser. Hey, I can make time traveling a surprise, make graveyards feel alive, break the immortal down to his demise. I make the moon blue, I'm making pigs fly, now I move mountains. I would've beaten the heart of a crash test dummy. I'm more so astounded. Yeah. Look up and beam to the stars so you can turn off the lights. I do the impossible, impossible. Impossible, impossible.
First off, let me talk my. Got a couple things I gotta cross off my list. How you insomniac for sleeping on my. It's a bad soundtrack, read the script. Born in the motherland, headed straight down to the south. Tennessee mornings with pops, working 3 jobs. I knew that they struggled to get it, that's why I wanted to get it. That embedded, you get it, treat it like the law. And I'ma need commission for this hit. Last laid the canvas and I painted over it. I don't need a vision board to show you I'm betting on myself, count the chips. Got it. Made some choices for a profit. That's my logic. I'ma take it to the coffin, just being honest. Try to sink my ship like Titanic and leave me with Jack. Hope I be panicking, but I rose to the top. Isn't it funny that the is built like a Maserati, yoga folding like origami? What? I walk the walk, I talk the talk, I be saying what I want. When I had no deposit, closet was looking real bare. Now I made a deposit, my closet's looking super rare. Drove it really far. Crazy how did this happen, wishing on a star. It's a celebration, I ain't talking Mardi Gras. With a little patience, you'll be eating Budokan. What you want, what you want? Made some choices for a profit. That's my logic. I'ma take it to the coffin, just being honest. Never let a manufacture stack like that. And if it getting toxic, tell the boy fall back. If it was back then, I'd be tripping off that. Took a little time just to get me on track. I went from snotty to snobby, got it like, immune to everybody, this is stuff.
We are just a couple miles east of the LAX airport, just off the 405 or the 105 at the beautiful SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. Today, we've got a good Week 5 matchup in store here between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Los Angeles Chargers. The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. They started on the ground with Eckler. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 11 yards there on the first play from scrimmage. Well, there you go. This offense off to a strong start this afternoon.
Yeah, with a big run and a first down. That's putting what you practice into play. That's excellent execution to get things started.
Play action. It's Herbert. He's going to look for Allen now on the deep ball. And it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And the Bengals are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover.
I really don't think you can fault the decision-making here because your offensive quarterback, they really had a big week last week, and you're ready for them to go again here. Not the anticipated result, of course, but you definitely understand why they did what they did. That quarterback's been hot. You want to keep the ball in his hands and see if he can keep the magic going.
Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10 at the 45. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. On 2nd and 12, Burrow. And Burrow going to be hit and taken down. They got him. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up 3rd. So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. I think maybe that tougher rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder.
Yes, indeed. That time lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. This is brought in at the 21. A 46-yard punt, 8 yards on the return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. And they've got to be breathing a little bit of a sigh of relief. The first time you throw the football winds up being picked, but fortunately for them, it does not lead to points.
Well, that tells you about team football, doesn't it? Everybody gets together. What's that term they use? Complementary football. Okay, he threw the pick. The defense got together and said, hey, let's shut them down. Let's not turn it into points. They did exactly that. Now he gets a fresh start, a clean slate.
From the 38, Herbert. That's complete to Austin Eckler, the running back. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Well, they'll use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Herbert. He'll get this to Eckler. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Herbert able to get this one to Eckler out of the backfield. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A Charger first. There's Herbert finds Williams.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
They have their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Back to throw here, Herbert. Able to hook up with Williams here on the out route. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. Here's Chase McLaughlin now for the Charger field goal. Right hash mark of 42-yard attempt. And this one is right through. And the Chargers grab themselves a 3-0 lead. So after drive number 3 here, we have a score, and it's 3 points after the field goal.
I would say the feeling out process for both of these teams, I'd say it's over, partner. Everyone understands what's going on now. You've kind of probed a little bit. Now you want to start throwing the big shots. First 3 points up on the board could be significant.
And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Here we go. The Bengals drive about to get going.
Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest. You get a chance to heal up and kind of do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
10 yards there on a Bengal first. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. The false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15.
11.
Burrow going to fake to Mixon and now look to throw. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a first down if not for that penalty moments ago. On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Here we go.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Again, it's Mixon. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It's only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Trying to get it to Chase, but it's intercepted. Now he's hit on the return. It's a loose football. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. Well, do you want to unpack that one, or do you want me
attitude. You're the boss.
We get the interception, then really he's just too loose with the football on the return, and he coughs it right back up the other way.
I've seen this happen in an NFL game, and boy, did it cost someone. San Francisco at Atlanta a few seasons ago. Atlanta throws the interception. San Francisco runs it back. Game is salted away. Fumbles on the return. Atlanta gets it back. Drives down, kicks the game-winning field goal.
How about that? And got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. A gain of 32 that time. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's first and goal just outside the 5. Here's Burrow. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Oh, they were so close. That close to their first points in the game. Just needed to hang on just a second longer, but he couldn't complete the process of the catch through the jostling from the defender.
On second down, they'll run it here. And he's going to bull his way down to about the 1-yard line. 7 big yards on the carry there to get him within range of the goal line with third down upcoming. So now things get interesting on third and goal from the 1.
This almost becomes a Darwinian call, doesn't it? Almost survival of the fittest here. I know we can go all cliche. I'll go ahead and do it. Who wants it more here? Who has a better leverage at the line of scrimmage? Let's go and see what happens.
Mixon will take this one in. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Well, nothing fancy there, Charles. You had 3 tight ends on the field. They were going to run the football. The defense knew it, but the defense couldn't stop them.
And I haven't met an offensive line yet that doesn't get more satisfaction out of running the football into the end zone than pass protecting. They had determination on their side, and they got it done.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. And after the field goal last time, see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Herbert. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hopefully they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a first down.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Quick strike to Eckler. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Give him 15 yards on that one and a Charger first down.
Well, they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
It'll go as a gain of 4, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Herbert throwing again. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. Out to him, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. There's Sam Hubbard that time in there to bring him to the ground. On 4th down, on is the punter, Colby Wadman.
A big kick that time.
And the Bengals take over 1st and 10.
Here we go. The Bengals drive about to get going. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
Here we go.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You've got to be impressed by the defensive front on rips like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. It's a gain of 35.
First down, Cincinnati.
Come on, ready?
They will throw on 1st down with Burrow. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6.
And good yardage there on 1st down, because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. 41 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. The CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but man, his first step is so quick too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Inside handoff to Mixon. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Burrow looking to pass. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. McPherson's kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. Herbert's throw going into the hands of Williams. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. 1st down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down, executed it to perfection. On 1st down, Justin Herbert going deep here for Allen. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
One thing that offensive guys stress when they throw the deep ball,
You're just counting on your receiver to find it, adjust before the defensive back can get his head around. In this case, though, the DB matched it move for move and knocked it away.
He rifles one that's intercepted. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly have their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up second down.
Brandon, I think he's just grateful to get back to the line of scrimmage and avoid not just losing yardage, but a big hit on that play as well. That defense closed on him quick and forced a quick surrender out of bounds.
Second down and goal. Burrow. And a quick throw here, that's complete. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. They'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is third and goal. There's Burrow setting up to throw it. This is caught. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Mixon in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bengals will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead is now 17-3.
Chargers 3.
So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Charger drive about to get going. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, this is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. The final shot before the break for Herbert. He dumps it to Eckler underneath. And he's got some space here. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. So we have reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Bengals out in front. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts with a touchback.
On one, ready?
The Bengals drive about to get going. And, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it. But I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities. And I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40.
Here we go.
14. And the Bengals.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And he'll get maybe a couple, if that, up to the 46. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
From the gun on third down is Burrow. Quick hitter here, it's complete. On the move past the 40. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big play there on the catch and run, and it'll move the chains.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
12 more yards there and another first down.
First down, Cincinnati.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. He will push his way down to about the 14. Austin Johnson, the one who makes the stop defensively. They go play action with Burrow. And he's got it. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first. They'll try to run this one in. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding it at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal.
And now defensively, you have to look at this like the game's on the line.
Here we go.
It's just the third quarter, but another touchdown given up here could really spell an end to their chances. So they need to toughen up and keep them out of the end zone.
Mixon trying to punch it in, and he is unable to get in. They stop him at the line of scrimmage. They're held again, and do we have a goal line stand brewing? It's 3rd and goal. This Charger defense continuing to hold the line. Now it's a 3rd and goal situation. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. Evan McPherson out for the Bengal field goal from the right hash, and this one just a chipping. McPherson's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
The Charger drive about to get going. Herbert on first down now. Being chased out left. On Herbert, his 3rd interception. Picked off by Kobe Bryant. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. And he'll go right back to Chase. That's caught again. And he's brought down, but he has it down to the 12 on a pickup of 12. 1st and 10.
That's another beautiful throw right there. Gets it to his man right in stride. And I think that throw kind of exemplifies what we've seen from this offense throughout this game. They've been in rhythm. They've been sharp. They've been on it. And he picked up another first down there.
And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive. And once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
Over the middle, that's caught by Chase. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends.
On 2.
And Bengals on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. So on 4th down, off goes Burrow. On comes Evan McPherson for the Bengal field goal. McPherson's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but They'll take the 3, and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Charger drive about to get going. Now, this game went off the rails early for them and never really got back on track. And these fans, they were expecting to be on the other side of the scoreboard. But that is not the case as we play on here. He's got a man complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Let's go now.
On first down, it's Herbert. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And the Bengals are going to take over at their own 41.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. 56 yards rushing forward. The ball game now on 14 carries. Back to Mixon on first down. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on 3rd. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll get this to the 40, but that's still going to be a few yards short of the first down. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10 at the 40. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert. And he's just throwing the ball up for grabs now. Fortunately, that one going to fall incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
From the gun, Herbert on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. Touchdown. Jamar Chase, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bengals look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. McPherson on for the point after. And that stretches the lead to 27. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
Fair catch, made at the 25-yard line. The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And they will get him down, but not before he gets very good yardage there, as that will lead us right into the 2-minute warning. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. Across the formation, he's got a man. That's Allen. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. Now movement up front. I think they're going to get one of the Charger linemen. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. A false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15. Play action. It's Herbert. Williams brings it in. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. Herbert back to the air. He's going to let it go end zone for Allen. And this is going to be intercepted. Daxton Hill picks it off. And the Bengals are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ballgame, I would have said never, not in a million years, but here we go. And he's got taken it right down Broadway. He's at the 30. And they will finally drag him down at the Chargers' 27-yard line. 111 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. That one looks like he'll throw here. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Well, when they said before the game that they were going to try and execute every second of this contest, I guess that was taken literally because here they are in the final moments of the 4th, putting another touchdown on the board, Charles, to add to this big lead.
I'm not a big believer in 110%, but it certainly applies here, doesn't it? Because some guys just can't go with less. As long as there's time left on the clock, they're pushing to get to the end zone one more time.
They don't really care about what the optics show. They just want to finish the game off the way that they like to play it. Full speed, all out.
Let's go now.
One last throw here for Herbert. That's into the hands of Eckler. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And the offense will get the ball back and be touchdown. And with that, this game is over. So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And, you know, it wasn't a shutout. They did give up the points in the first quarter. But second, third, and fourth quarter, they held them scoreless.
Brandon, if you throw a shutout for quarters 2, 3, and 4, you can win a lot of games in this league. And this felt a lot like, almost like if you say baseball, and the pitcher goes through the lineup the first time and the hitters get to see him. And then they come out after that and the bats start blazing, right? I think they saw their best stuff in the first quarter and just shut everything down from that point on. What a great, convincing performance.
So for the Bengals, they pick up their second win now on the year. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Chargers, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road.
God for me, who could be against me? I guess all of that's against me. I come alive in the dark, and I keep getting stronger. My limit's the sky. I do the impossible, impossible. Shine if I want to. I win every time if I want to. The world mine if I want to. Make the world mine cause I want to. I'll pull the sword out the border, walk a floor full of cobras. Go to war with you all, we can brawl toe to toe. I can tighten loops in my lace and make lightning lose in a race. I make fire cool and come back from the triangle in Bermuda. I can suit up, live in the moon up, working and outsmarting computers. I can outswim all the tuna, and that's without a scuba. So in the laws of nature, I'm breaking the rules. Only thing I'm bad at is being a loser. I can make time traveling a surprise, make graveyards feel alive. Break the immortal down to his demise. Look up and beam to the stars so you can turn off the lights. I come alive in the dark, and I keep getting stronger. Tonight I hunt with the pride. You can't take my pride away. I can sing with the birds and the trees in the morning, or roll like the storms way over the ocean. My limit's the sky. I do the impossible, impossible.